Right, you horrible lot. Despite the familiar setting, this is not a podcast episode. I really wanted to tell you about something that I've decided to do on the spur of the moment, and I'm so excited about it. As many of you will know, through the month of June, I'm going to be running a Twisted Sockalong. Sockmatician's Twisted Sockalong. Hashtag Sockmatician's Twisted Sockalong. No apostrophe. Although that pains me, it's the way hashtags work, and I totally get with that. So, that's going on, and there'll be a group on my Ravelry, a thread on my Ravelry group, and all kinds of information about that on there that you can find out. You must cast on your socks on or after the 1st of June and must complete them by the 30th of June. There will be some lovely giveaways, and the stipulation is that these socks need to be created from patterns that predominantly have twisted stitches in them. So those are the little 1x1 cables where one stitch crosses over the other and the front stitch is knitted through the back loop to create a twisted stitch, just for the avoidance of doubt. I know you know this already. So that's happening already. That's the Sockalong, the Twisted Sockalong. I'm really excited to be able to say this. I am going to be hosting my very first MCAL with that, a mystery knit-along. I am in the process of designing a pattern. It was just going to be for me, it was going to be the pattern that I wanted to do for my entry into my own Twisted Sockalong, but I thought how much more fun would it be to release it as a mystery pattern, a mystery knit-along. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It will be a sock, you will know that in advance, and you will know that it will largely be featuring twisted stitches in a variety of patterns and different ways. That is all I'm going to tell you about what the finished product will be. Are you up for it? Are you in? Do you want to take a leap of faith with me? Do you want to take the plunge and leap into the MCAL version of Sockmatician's Twisted Sockalong? It's all out there for you, folks. So, how's it going to work? I will release the first clue, which will be the first part of the pattern, on the 31st of May. Okay, so it'll be at some point during the 31st of May, UK times. So if you're in the US or further west of here, you'll probably get to it a little bit earlier in your day than people who will be in the eastern side of the hemisphere. So, but what's important is it'll be ready for you so that you can cast on. I can tell you up front that it will just be a standard fingering weight sock. I am only going to be releasing it in one size. I will give details of gauge and stuff as soon as I possibly can, hopefully in advance so you can check on needle size and things like that, because you will need to adjust the size of the sock just by yarn and needles, so you can get the gauge that makes the sock fit you. I don't have time, unfortunately, to work out the logistics of doing 3 different sizes or multiple sizes, so that's the way it's going to have to be. That's really its only limitation. So the idea is that you will be getting the pattern on the 31st of May, the first part, and you will be able to cast on your sock on the 1st of June in order to be able to take part in Sockmatician's Twisted Sockalong. That's the plan. The second part of the clue will follow a week later. The third and final part of the pattern, there will only be 3 parts to this MCAL, will be released a week after that. So you'll get the, so we'll start on the 1st, so then I'll be releasing on the 8th and the 15th as well. That should give you plenty of time to finish your socks by the end of the month. What you can, of course, do is cast on 2 at a time. And then you can make sure you've knitted both versions of clue 1 before you get to the second clue. If you're a fast knitter and you want to take care of that in advance, that's entirely up to you. Or of course you can cast on 2 separate needles and just work the 2 together so that you've done the maximum amount in the time given. But you'll get a week for each clue, and then obviously 2 weeks at the end of the month to finish off your socks. So that's how it's going to work. I will be selling the pattern through my normal shop on Ravelry. It's going to be £3. £3 is the price of the pattern. That's really not very much at all. There's a lot of work going into this, and I'm working furiously behind the scenes to make it happen in the time for you. I am genuinely in love with the pattern. I'm knitting my own sample of it, so I am going to break my own rules of the Twisted Sockalong. Mine is definitely cast on before the 1st of June. my prerogative, it's my sock along, my rules. So that's just so I can make sure I've ironed out all the kinks in the pattern, make sure it works. There will be no photographs posted of this. If you are taking part, please don't post any photographs on any social media. By all means have your own project page, but if you can sort of wait until at least all the clues are out before you start posting photographs of finished objects and things like that on social media, that would be great. So that's the plan. Then I'll have to take the pattern down for a little while so that I can rejig it, get it tech edited properly and photographed, and then I'll be putting it back up for sale. But the MCAL will be ready to go to begin with on the 31st of May, as I said. So the way it will work is I will release the clues as updates to the pattern, so anyone who has bought it originally, you won't be paying anything else as the MCAL goes along, but you will need to have a look in your inbox for when I send out the updates. It will go out through Ravelry's updated pattern procedure, so you'll get an update that something should be waiting for you in your library, and you can then carry on with the next part of it. How does that sound? Does that sound like a lot of fun? I can't wait. It's the first time I've done something like this, so bear with me if there are any crinkles in it, and feel free to let me know if there's things I should be doing a little bit better or more timely, but that's my plan at the moment. So I hope you're in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and look out for announcements on my Ravelry group of exactly when the pattern is ready. I'll be posting on Instagram as well, and I'll be giving you exact links to where you can find the pattern and its name, which at the moment is under wraps. So you heard it here first, chaps. This is Sockmatician's Twisted Sockalong, the MCAL version. Are you up for the challenge? I think you are. Remember, no matter how complicated the finished object, it's only ever one stitch at a time, and OSAAT doesn't only stand for one stitch at a time, it spells OSAT, which is the Finnish word for you can.